Hi everyone, my name is Dan Emerson and this is my 2018 Idaho Centennial Trail section hike gear list. To give you a little background, I'm 62 years old, I'm a resident of Eagle, Idaho, and my plan has been to walk the Idaho Centennial Trail in sections over 5 years. Last year I completed the desert section, which was 168 miles in 9 days, and this July will be the Sawtooth section, which is 108 miles, and my plan is to do that and have it completed within 8 days. So I learned a lot last year section hiking. I've changed out some of my equipment. I have certainly changed some of the heavier items to lighter items, and I basically found out, what I wanted to take and what I've discarded. If you're interested in section hiking or through hiking, this is a pretty comprehensive video concerning equipment, and my hope is that you'll gain some knowledge from this video. If you have questions or concerns, at the end of the video I'd like to put in a list of everything that I'm taking on the trail, as well as my email address. If you have questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me via email. Here we go. I have to reach a little bit, but I'd like to start out with my pack. It is an Osprey Exos 58. It's a new pack. It weighs 2.11 pounds. Should be great this year for hiking. I've already made a few attachments. I've attached my camera case, my GPS case, bear spray case, and my buck knife case. It's ready to go. I also have a outage waterproof pack cover. Next is my air mattress, which is a Thermarest light pad. It weighs 1.1 pounds. I used it last year and it was great. I had no problems with it whatsoever. I'm taking it again. It also has a waterproof cover, since the air mattress attaches to the outside of my pack. Next is my tent. This is my first year with this tent. It is a Big Agnes Copper Spur UV HL1. It's rather a large one-person tent. With footprint, it weighs 2.11 pounds. That's with the footprint. It's really roomy inside. I really like it. I also have a waterproof compression bag that my tent actually goes in. During the trip, what I like to do is I like to remove my stakes and poles and put them inside my air mattress as I roll it up. I found that gives it a little extra protection, and I don't have to worry so much about breaking one of my tent poles. Next is my sleeping bag. As you can see here, it's a Marmot Helium 15 degree down bag. The down has actually been treated with a waterproof coating, which makes it nice. It weighs 2.1 pounds. Should be great, no problems. It will be going in a Sea to Summit compression waterproof bag inside my pack. I also have two pillows. One's a Sea to Summit and one's a Trekology. The reason for two is basically I'm a side sleeper, and I like having something between my knees. I tried clothing last year and it just didn't work at night and kept me restless, so I purchased another pillow, and we'll inflate that when the time comes. Next is my next is this Thermarest Z-Lite padding. It's cut down to approximately about 4 feet. This is a multi-purpose tool, actually. I'm going to use it just outside of my tent for my dog, so she has something to sleep on. It can also serve as a windbreak when I'm cooking if I need to block the wind, and also when I'm hiking if I need to rest or the ground's wet, I can use it myself as a sitting pad. Highly recommend it. It weighs virtually nothing. It'll go on the bottom of my pack. Next is, this is my cat Simon. He likes to be a part of all this. The dog pack. Miley is basically a 4-year-old Labrador Retriever. She'll be carrying her own pack. It's a rough wear pack. She used it last year, works great. Holds everything she needs. She also has an REI lightweight towel, a cloth dog dish for eating and drinking, a 6-foot leash, and a bear bell. She'll always be in a bear bell. 4 bears, and in case she gets in a position where I can't see her, I can hear her. The only 2 things that I don't have here regarding the dog, Miley, is she will get a front lie flea and tick protection, and she will also have some dog booties from Roughwear. I haven't purchased them yet, but in the near future. Let me see. Next, my trekking poles. These are black diamond poles with cork handles. I found out cork handles work really great. They keep down the blistering and the perspiration. As you extend these, both sections are marked to the appropriate length when I'm walking on level ground to make extending and retracting easier. As you can see, also both poles have a couple feet of duct tape for any type of repairs or multi-use functions, and each pole also has what's called leukotape. Leukotape is used by other thru hikers for blistering. It's supposed to work great and stay on even in very wet conditions. So, haven't used it yet. I'll try it this year. Next is my water system. I carry a 3-liter platypus reservoir in my pack. During the actual hiking, I won't carry a lot of water in this simply because the sawtooth section, there's water everywhere. So I'll probably just have to keep water filled in this during the day. But at night, I like to have a reservoir, so it makes cooking and other types of items a lot easier for me. Last year, I used a 3-liter Camelback, but I had some problem with leaking at the top, so I've switched over to a platypus. Next, as you can see, this is a Sawyer Squeeze water filter sitting on a smart water bottle. Has some blue duct tape on it, simply in case I put it down I can see it and find it with ease. Also has the Sawyer Squeeze reservoir just in case I would spring a leak in this. I have an additional water reservoir. And if you take the Smart Water bottle and you pull the cap off it, it fits perfectly onto the top of the Sawyer squeeze, which makes great for keeping the end of the Sawyer squeeze clean during the day. Next is, let's see, where do we want to go next? I suppose I will go with my extra clothing. All my extra clothing will go into this Sea to Summit compression waterproof bag. It's pretty straightforward. I carry an extra pair of gym shorts, a beanie, pair of gloves, an extra pair of heavy, darn tough socks for wearing around the campsite and at night if it gets cold. I also carry a Costco base layer top and bottom just to keep the inside of my sleeping bag clean, or if it gets really cold. But basically it's just to keep the inside of the sleeping bag somewhat clean. I also carry and wear a Patagonia puff, lightweight, with the hood attached. Works great. Next, this is what I actually wear when I'm hiking. I thought it'd be beneficial just to see, what I wear on a daily basis. Hat, I just wear one of these Columbia hats with neck protection from the sun. I'm not sure I'm going to wear this or just the regular beanie. It just depends on what I think the mosquitoes are going to be like, because this offers some protection against the mosquitoes around my ears and the back of my neck. Haven't decided yet, but that's the plan. I wear a Casio ProTech watch. It's fantastic. It has an altimeter, a compass, and a barometer, which is nice, so I can see when fronts are moving in and out of the area. Did a lot of research on this watch and been very satisfied with it. I wear a pair of Oakley sunglasses with an attachment so I don't lose the glasses when I'm crossing rivers or in the brush. I'm a fly fisherman, and I found this works really well. If I just attach a pair of my fly fishing glasses on it, it makes, and flip them up during the day when I'm using my GPS. It's a lot better than fishing out reading glasses. The other thing I can caution you is if you do use these, if you get into heavy brush, take them off. They'll get torn off. I wear a simple long sleeve Columbia shirt with some sun protection during the day. I wear long pants most of the time. These are REI brand convertible pants. Fantastic. I wore these last year, and I'd highly recommend anybody using these pants on a long distance hike. Socks, last year I wore one pair of socks on the trail. My feet blistered a lot, so this year I'm going to try two pair. I have a pair of lightweight Darn Tough socks and a pair of lightweight Smart Wool socks. I also have a pair of Outdoor Research gaiters. I didn't really use them in the desert section, but I think I'll try them in the mountain section, see if I like them. I wear Solomon hiking shoes. They're lightweight. These are the X Ultra shoes. They were really good. They gave me a lot of stability, and they were very comfortable. Next, I would like to go with my electronics. I'll go this way. I simply carry just a light Peltz headlamp, nothing fancy. Don't use rechargeable batteries. I just don't use a light much in the field. Once in a while in the tent at night, but for the most part, I just don't use the light at all. My navigation will be in InReach. It's a GPS, allows you to text in the field, and has my route already put in. Haven't used this in the field yet, but looks great. Also has a emergency spot beacon, which is, I believe, essential in the backcountry. I use a Goal Zero solar panel. Worked great last year. It hooks to the back of my pack during the day. And the nice thing about the InReach is it is an internal battery, and during the day I can run a line from this directly to my InReach, and it can charge as I'm actually walking, which is nice. The only thing I can see is, you see I use some duct tape. This had some fish netting that has some wear and tear. Next, I'd like to talk about my eating arrangements. I use a spork, has a little piece of rope on it with some pink duct tape in case I put it down someplace. I won't lose it. It's the only eating utensil I have, so I definitely don't want to lose it. I have a small bowl, nothing fancy, just for cooking my oatmeal and ramen. Small boiling pot, titanium with lid. Small titanium coffee mug. Both my coffee mug and my boiling pot is heavily taped and duct taped. These get quite hot and they'll burn your fingers, so if you're using these, I'd recommend before you go, please put duct tape on them. Bic lighter, typical, I carry a striker in case my, if we can get it to work, striker, magnesium striker, in case my lighter goes out. I use canister fuel with a bottom stabilizer. I'd recommend, if you're using canister fuel with a stove, that you put a stabilizer under it. Saves you a lot of heartache, lost meals. I use a Snow Peak mini stove. Work great, no problems whatsoever. I carry a cell phone in the field for texting at high elevations if you know I get reception. Mostly I carry a cell phone for reading. I've downloaded all my manuals for my equipment in PDF onto my phone. And I also like to read at night, so you know I have several novels that I read. Kind of finishing up into the smaller, lighter things that I take. I take a 4-ounce buck knife. You see, there's no plastic or metal, or well, there's metal. The knife's metal, but there's no wood or antler or any type on the handle. It's just pretty lightweight, very sharp. I carry my own towel. It's an REI lightweight towel. Carry a map in case something would go wrong with my GPS. Parachute cord, chapstick, hunter repel mosquito spray, 70 suntan lotion. I do carry an extra pair of reading glasses in a case. As far as my toiletries and real little things, I carry some dental floss for repairs, a razor, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, some prescriptions, some Benadryl, aspirin, and pain relievers. Neosporin, in case I get injured. I do carry an extra pair of Solomon shoelaces in case I bust one. I carry a suture and some fishing line and needle. That needle can also be used for dental floss repairs. I carry assorted bandages, tweezers for ticks, fingernail clippers. Last, coming down the line here, I sprayed my dog and the clothing that I wear with permethrin. It's odorless, doesn't stain your clothes, doesn't hurt the dog, and it kills mosquitoes and ticks. This whole bottle will be used on my gear prior to maybe 4 or 5 days before I go on the hike. I carry a mosquito net because the sawtooths have a lot of mosquitoes and I may need it. Don't know if I'll use it, but rather be safe than sorry on that. As far as a handkerchief, I carry this Boilinger Cool Max kind of scarf. Use it for all different kinds of things. It's either around my neck or on my pack during the day. Of course, toilet paper and rain gear. I use a Pearl Izumi lightweight top with hood and North Face vented waterproof pants. I also carry an extra pair of river crossing shoes for wearing across streams and also at night in the campsite. If you're new to hiking and crossing streams, it would be a good idea, or at least my recommendation, is to purchase something with a heel. Nothing like having your shoes come off when you're crossing water. They're pretty lightweight. They're called Northside. They weigh 8 ounces. And that's it. I think that's a pretty comprehensive explanation of what I take and why. It's a solo trip this year outside of the dog. We'll be gone 8 days, and I will create a video of the adventure and post it sometime beginning of August. Take care. Thank you very much for listening.